Again, remember that flights, all the flights API accept a JSON Web Token. That's what they accept. JSON Web Tokens, unlike ours, which is for training purposes, JSON Web Tokens have a very limited lifespan. They may last for a few minutes, they may last for a few hours, maybe a few days, and so on. They're not there to last forever. So imagine you have a JSON Web Token that expires every minute or every other minute, even every 10 minutes. What if your scan takes hours to complete? There's no way you can hard code those JSON Web Tokens and expect them to be used appropriately. They will expire. So you need a way to dynamically gain access to those JSON Web Tokens. So with every single request, get another JSON Web Token and use it to run your scans. So how can you do all that? Well, we definitely need to create an authentication mechanism, but this time our authentication mechanism, the secret, is going to depend upon a postman collection that's going to contain the operation that retrieves the JSON Web Token. For that, we need to go back to our postman. Go back to your postman. We already have that operation ready. Here it is. This is it. This is our post tokens that is able to give us access to the actual token, to the JSON Web Token, right? In order to be able to create the postman collection, we need to create that collection, right? So I'm going to go to collections, and I'm going to create a brand new collection. And I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it John Doe. Again, the only thing I need is the actual request that generates a token for John Doe. That's why I named it John Doe. The other thing I will do is I'm going to now select the post tokens operation. I'm going to say save as. Save as. And then I'm going to select in the resulting pop-up the John Doe collection. I'm going to select save. There you go. Now you have a collection with the request that generates the token, the JSON Web Token that the flights operation require. And you will be able now to use this collection to dynamically provision such tokens. So you don't have to worry about them expiring. The only thing you need is to save this, right? So if you hover over John Doe and you go all the way to the right where you have the ellipsis, view more actions, right click, export. Accept all the defaults, click export, and store it somewhere you have easy access, right? Me, I'm going to place it under my temporary folder where I have unzipped my student files. Easy access. So I'm going to click save. Here it is. Your collection was exported successfully. It's worth a try to just check the contents. So I'm going back to my temporary folder, cat-n, because I like line numbers, John. Here you go. Right. Just make sure that you actually have everything saved and everything's appropriate. Right. This one looks good. I've been burned in the past, and again, depending how you created your collection, you may have to save yet again, right? The steps that I undertake to create the collection, I don't have to save anymore. So it's bulletproof, right? Because I've been burned in the past where I export something and I haven't saved, so I'm missing a good chunk of that information that you see right here. And then I scratch my head when I go to active testing why it doesn't work. Keep that in mind. Okay, so my collection is ready, right? My collection is ready, it's under my temporary folder. The only thing I need to do is create the secret, create the authentication, and then we should be able to establish reachability. But for the time being, it's the only thing I wanted to do, right? At least in this section. This, my good people, is how you create a postman collection that will be used for authentication. And before I forget, let's go to the right slide, section end. That's your visual indicator.